Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is a healthy pantry, okay? And building a healthy pantry. And one key to making a healthy pantry and eating healthier is to make sure that your pantry is stocked with healthier foods. As a community of the prepared mind, we always joke that we have too much food in the house, but then again, we don't ever complain when we look up different recipes and we have all the ingredients that we need, right? So I have a really great list that I'm going to share with you. And this list, I would hope that you would stock up on to make sure that you have a healthier pantry. And these are items that I have in my pantry as well, okay? So a lot of these are shelf stable, okay, and then we're going to get into freezer, we're going to get into fridge and stuff like that. Okay, so the first thing is oats, either steel cut, old-fashioned, quick oats, okay, and then quinoa. I absolutely love quinoa. We make quinoa weekly here. I just made quinoa the other night. Because I made a Mediterranean style like spicy chicken, and I put quinoa as a side. Quinoa you can use instead of rice, okay? Then the next thing is rice, and then dry beans like chickpeas, red beans, black beans, and lentils. Pasta. Now I know you're going to say, ooh, the carbs. Well, when it comes to having a pantry like we have, okay, like you and I have, pasta is a staple, just like rice is a staple. But you can choose to go with a healthier pasta. Like one of my favorite pastas is the turmeric flavored pasta. Or you can go with wheat pasta, or you can go with gluten-free pasta. Okay, there's different varieties, or you can make your own pasta. So the next thing is like crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, tomato paste, marinara. Now I choose to make my own marinara, but a lot of people just go for the already jarred marinara. The next thing is canned coconut milk. I always have canned coconut milk on hand because I love to make my smoothies. The next thing is canned pumpkin. Now when I made my pantry video the other day, I showed you that I had a nice stockpile of canned pumpkin, and that's because I make my own dog treats out of canned pure pumpkin and quick oats and peanut butter that does not, you have to make sure that it doesn't have xylitol in it, okay? But I make my own dog treats for my babies, okay? So the next thing is canned tuna. And then you have vegetable broth, chicken broth, or you can just do bouillon because that's more shelf stable, I think, in my opinion, is anyway. And then you have shelf-stable non-dairy milk, like powdered milk. I have tons of it, but then again, I make my own iced coffee with it. I make, my different, like I cook with it, and I do all kinds of things with the powdered milk. And plus, like for the little ones, when I make them their strawberry milk or their chocolate milk, they don't realize that they're drinking powdered milk. They have no idea. So the next thing are nuts. So let's talk almonds and walnuts and cashews and pecans and pistachios, okay? Then let's talk chia seeds. I always keep chia seeds on hand. One thing that I like to do with chia seeds is put them in yogurt. What you're doing when you're adding chia seeds to yogurt is you don't realize it, but you're actually making yourself more full. Even if you're just having just a little bit of a yogurt, like with one of those yogurt cups, put in a teaspoon of chia seeds, mix it around, and it actually makes you feel more full. So the next thing is flaxseed. Flaxseed is good to have, especially if you're into making your own granola. granola bars, or whatever the case may be, and that also includes chia seeds too. What it does is it expands in your belly. Sunflower seeds, shredded coconut, especially if you're a baker, but shredded coconut also as well. Dried fruits like dates and raisins and cranberries and blueberries and the like. I always keep raisins on hand because one thing that I always make in this house is homemade rice pudding. The next thing are nut and seed butters, whether it's almond or coconut, peanut, sunflower, or tahini. The next thing, let's talk about our oils, okay? Our cooking oils. Let's try coconut, avocado, olive, okay? I like to use coconut especially when I'm making chicken. If I'm doing breaded chicken, I like to use coconut oil. I just think that it gives it a better taste, and plus it cooks better when you're using coconut oil. So the next thing is vinegar. Aside from our white distilled vinegar that we use when we're canning or when we're using it as a cleaning product, balsamic vinegar has a distinct taste. I love using it, especially when I'm making salad dressings. Apple cider vinegar is another good one to have on hand. So now let's talk about ghee. If you're familiar with what ghee is something that you can actually make at home, or you can buy it in store, but it's really expensive when you buy it in store. But ghee you can actually make on hand at home. There are plenty of recipes online on YouTube. Rose Red channel, she makes ghee, and she has a very, very good, simple, easy recipe to follow. So the next thing is, let's talk about some condiments like ketchup, mustard, tamari, or soy sauce, or coconut aminos, maple syrup, salad dressings, sriracha. So now let's talk about long-standing veg like onions and garlic, potatoes, whether it's sweet potatoes or white potatoes, winter squash like spaghetti squash, butternut squash, acorn squash. Those are actually things, the onions, the garlic, the potatoes, and the squash, those are all things that you can actually pressure can, and they last for a very long time. And they don't become squishy. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing, let's talk about grains. Grain-free flours like almond, coconut, oat, okay? Now, when it comes to sugar, there's one sugar, and it's called coconut sugar, okay? That's a good one to have on hand for a healthier pantry, all right? Honey is a good one to have on hand. If you don't want to stock, because I understand honey can be very expensive, look into powdered honey. Augustin Farms actually has a really good price on powdered honey, and that's what I generally buy, is the powdered honey. Chocolate chips, for your baking and whatnot, and then baking soda and baking powder. So now let's talk about some fridge staples that I keep on hand, like eggs, veggies like lettuce, whether it's romaine or iceberg, spinach, tomatoes, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, bell pepper, ginger root. Fruits that I have on hand are lemons and limes. I have a lemon tree, a key lime tree, kumquat tree, so I always have these things on hand. I have about 10 pounds of apples in the kitchen right now because I'm going to be making applesauce. Oranges I have on hand because I have an orange tree. Grapes, I have grapevines on the side of my house, so we always have grapes. Blueberries, avocados, etc. These are just really good things to always have for a healthier pantry. When it comes to meat and seafood, chicken, ground turkey, salmon, ground chicken is good. I love one really good thing for ground turkey is to make turkey meatballs. And instead of using breadcrumbs, use stuffing, like the bagged stuffing, and then add the dehydrated cranberries. And then when they're done cooking, pour turkey gravy over top. Lord, when I tell you, so delish. So the next thing, let's talk about tofu. This is a really great source of protein. And when you put a nice batter on the tofu, egg and some, whether it's breadcrumbs or whatever the case may be, and then you put it in your air fryer, and then you dip it in buffalo sauce and ranch dressing or blue cheese dressing. It tastes like you're eating a chicken wing. It is so good. Trust me when I tell you. So then we also have yogurt, hummus. I make my own hummus out of chickpeas, and feta cheese. Love feta cheese. It is one of my favorite cheeses ever. Some freezer staples that we also keep on hand are veggie burgers, frozen fruit like blueberries, bananas, mangoes, strawberries, because I just love my smoothies. Frozen veg are, the stir-fry veggie blends, edamame, cauliflower rice, broccoli, peas, and corn. Some frozen seafood is like salmon and shrimp, things like that. And then whole grain bread and English muffins. Okay, so I hope this helped you guys with maybe building a healthier pantry. Because I know that a lot of you are striving to build a healthier pantry, whether it's for your dietary restrictions or because you're just simply going towards that goal of having a healthier pantry. Okay? All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.